bike. I was doing a nice little neck twist. Ugh. And ow! I like heard a big crack. It hurt.
And you weren't like tilting from side to side like this.
Something like that.
Yeah, when you don't do it for a while, sometimes it happens. Like, I can't. Of course, I can't do it now because my neck is.
After
fine.
I had such like a big active day where like there was just a lot of heavy pushing and moving around, that was not the best idea to do. I think.
Yeah,
that's something to do.
You lift things up and you put them down.
That is exactly what my job does. Actually, you know, speaking of my job, I didn't think I told you this, but the building's coming down.
What?
The building's coming down.
Is it being demolished or falling apart? Like what? Which is it?
I mean, both.
Okay.
I mean, the building's been falling apart since like before I got there, but you know, now it's actually going to get demolished.
Okay.
Yeah. After I almost had a fire a few weeks ago too. I think I remember I told you about that, right? Did I tell you guys I had the fire and then I had
It's been a while.
Yeah. I had the fire there and then I had to call the fire department also to come here because our fire alarms weren't working.
Oh Jesus.
It was not a fun day. It was not a fun week.
Wow.
I got the lights just running. What are you doing?
Well, I'm drowning in toys. Because I have returned from Canada.
Oh, Canada.
I've returned, and to speak in my native tongue. That
was that the opening of it?
Yeah.
Like just the opening note?
Yep.
Oh, of course. I don't think I'd ever heard the actual Canadian national anthem until I was at a hockey game once, and just like they played it. Like,
oh yeah, if you're at a hockey game, like if they don't play, if the guy running the soundboard or whatever, the sound system doesn't play the Canadian national anthem, the whole arena, someone is legally required to break that man's legs.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Take his kneecaps.
Yeah, if he starts playing any other national anthem, he better start running. I mean, he's got a head start, right? Surely.
I mean, also he's probably getting chased by people that are on ice skates too.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like it's not just limited to hockey players. It's like the whole.
Oh, the whole arena is open.
The spectators, the audience, yeah.
Good luck to that guy.
It's like, fight him!
Keep going! We'll get to him eventually! He can't stay in there forever! He must play the Canadian anthem!
Yes.
He has to. But you know what we has to do?
What do we has to do?
We has to tell you all where we are. And I don't know where we are, but first, let me tell you that I'm Jared.
And as far as I'm aware, I'm Jordan.
And now I remember where we are. We're at the J+J SecuriCast Podcast. A podcast about... Who cares?
I believe we care.
Yes, we care because it's stuff we care about.
Yes, and if we're talking about something that you don't care about for whatever reason, but you can skip to something that maybe you do care about by checking the time codes that Jared or I always lovingly take the time to write in the description, depending on who edits this. But tonight we're talking about things like we're finally talking about Kenobi, the end of it.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Miss Marvel.
Talking about The Boys ending. I'm talking about my trip to Toronto, Canada.
I'm gonna talk about how much I enjoyed Staten Island on the 4th of July. I just had I had fun watching all the fireworks. And
just a bunch of other things.
Nice. Yeah, just a bunch of other stuff. We got a lot of small stuff. We want to talk about the big TV shows and such still today. So for now... What else? We start off with how we usually do, with some previous episode corrections and little fun notes. And so I got two things from episode 57. So my cynical ass thinks that Star Wars Tales of the Jedi is just going to be a launch point for some other animated series.
Jared, think about what property you're talking about. Merchandising. Come on, it's Star Wars, man. They're trying to sell toys.
Same thing with Marvel too.
Yeah,
everything just.
But hey, as long as it's good, it's fine.
Like, yeah, What If was a launch point to see if they could do zombies. They're like, oh, we can do zombies. Okay, great, we can do zombies. They weren't sure if they could do zombies. Then they did the short, and they did the What If episode, and it was like, oh, we can do a zombies show. Why not? Mm-hmm. Who cares if it has to be good? I mean, that's what a lot of people I hear are saying about some of the other Marvel stuff nowadays, and I'm starting to see what people mean, I think.
Yeah. People are starting to get tired of it, a little bit tired of it, and I get it.
I think I'm just not enjoying, like, there's something reserved about this phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, almost.
Yeah, it's a lot of TV shows, not a lot of big movies. I feel like we're just going through a lot of setup.
So what other things do you think we could, like, try to see from this, too? Like, do you think we'll finally get maybe a Mace Windu series?
I mean... Well, I'm trying to think. I mean, James Earl Jones came back to voice Vader at over 90 years old. I can see Sam Jackson coming back to do a little something.
Do you think they get him back, or they just get the voice actor for Mace Windu from the series?
Depends on how much money Disney wants to spend.
Yeah, that's true. And throughout,
I guess either animated or
if they want to,
you can if you want, hell, bring back Andy Tarkovsky to do like a Clone Wars 2003 style like Samurai Jack show.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Why not? Yeah. What's he doing right now, anyways?
I was just about to ask you that. I'm wondering what he is doing now, because last thing I could think that he made was Primal.
Yeah, Primal's probably the last thing. He's probably in the midst of working on his next magnum opus.
Something like that. Whatever his next project.
Yeah. I just really like that Samurai Jack animation style. It's just nice.
Currently in production for Unicorn Warriors Eternal, an upcoming family event series for HBO Max and Cartoon Network.
Interesting. All right, so he's kind of locked in for a little while.
Yeah, he's got another thing. Unicorn. Wonder if it's Gundam related.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. But like also like let's see, if there was any other thing I would say from this Tales of the Jedi, I would like to see some of the other Jedi and how that they could do how some of the other Jedi survived Order 66. Like,
yeah, I guess there was a handful. Yeah, like
I was gonna say, like, now that we know from Kenobi that Quinlan Voss is still alive, we could see how he survived the Order, or Order 66. Now we could see how we could see what Kanan Jarrus did or Caleb Dune, I guess, did right after he left his master. Yeah, I don't know. There's lots of characters that we can see. And either it's before or after. We're going to get some stuff that's going to be pre-Phantom Menace, which we have not gotten yet.
I want a Muppets crossover special with Yoda.
Funny joke.
The Muppets move to Dagobah. How about that?
Oh my God. Well, the voice of Fozzie Bear is the voice of Yoda. I just said yoga.
Is Yogi Bear a Muppet? No.
No,
I mixed up Fozzie and Yogi Bear. Whoops.
Yogi's the animated one from Hanna-Barbera.
I am smarter than the average bear. There we go. That was it.
You certainly are, Jordan. You certainly are.
Yeah.
And let's see, the future Jared could not. Oh yeah, future Jared could not find the dead actor he was thinking of that was being reused in some recent movie through facial scans. It was a really old actor. We thought it was either Humphrey Bogart or what's his name from Casablanca. Also, not Humphrey Bogart. No, it's something else.
Marlon Brando? No,
it might have been Brando.
Jesus, because that's a big actor.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest actors of his time.
Yeah, but wasn't he also like... wasn't he also like really kind of a shitty person too, or am I thinking of someone else?
I remember hearing some story of coming onto set for, I think it was Raging Bull, where he was like where it was a film where he was a boxer and he came in like completely out of shape, didn't even know his lines or anything like that, and he just sort of kind of Marlon Brando'd his way through it.
Damn, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing if it was Marlon. Oh well. Alright, but that is what it is. Now we move on to J+J Travels.
Yes.
So, Jordan, tell us about the Great White North. Take off.
Yes.
Take off, eh?
So I went to Toronto, Canada.
Eh?
I went up there for the first time since December of 2019. I went up there to visit my grandmother. Because I mean, I saw her at my cousin's wedding back in October of 2021, but it had been so long since I'd actually seen her in person, and I figured, hey, you know what? I should go and visit her. I'll be with her for a week, and then I'll conclude my time there by going to the Transformers Convention of Canada, TFCon, because I had not been there since 2013.
Nice.
So over nearly a decade. So I figured, like,
wow,
yeah, let's. I figured I killed two birds with one stone. So I got there to visit my grandmother. Also saw my uncle quite a bit while I was there, since they live close by.
Nice.
And we just sort of caught up and hung out. We did a few big things. One of the, I think, like the main big thing was that we saw two plays. One was a sort of a local play called Kamloopa, which was the story of three Indigenous Canadian natives in modern day, and basically it was the three of them kind of trying to. I'm gonna be really bad describing the story, but it's really good. The play is really good. It's basically about them trying to remember, like, their indigenous heritage, basically, and and sort of what that means in, like, modern day Canada, because unfortunately, like you know, U.S. history, like the indigenous people of the U.S. got really destroyed by, you know, colonialism and all that during that really horrible period. I think the indigenous people of Canada got it even worse. And they go on this whole sort of it's a journey. It's a play that's really heartfelt, also really funny. Coffee tables get broken, phones get thrown out of windows. There's a lot of fun use of costume and props to represent animal spirits, which was definitely a lot of fun.
What were the big spirits? What we got?
Big spirits. There was a bear. There was a raven, I think, and I think there was a coyote as well.
Also, Brother Bear.
Oh God! Well,
are they the same three from the Brothers and Brother Bear? Are they?
I don't remember. I think the one of them from Brother Bear, he was an eagle, right? Like the older brother was like an eagle.
You're right. It was like an eagle or hawk, something like that.
Yeah, but it was a bird. Yeah.
It was a bird, big bird. He became a big spirit bird.
Yeah. So I think it was Kamloopa. Props to there was only like 3 actresses. They were all indigenous. Mm-hmm. They're all indigenous. It was a genuinely funny play, well worth watching. And then a couple of years later, like, the main big thing from our trip was that me and my grandmother went to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Oh, how is that?
The giant. It was fantastic. Honestly, really? It continues the story of Harry Potter way after the last book, which is when Harry's an adult and he has a child named Albus Severus Potter, because he named his. That's a bit much, I know. Yeah,
it is. I remember
to name him after both of, like, the men that he really liked. So basically, the main plot of that is splitting focus between Harry and his son, and Albus going through, like, his years of Hogwarts and actually not really living up to the name of Potter, which, granted, was much like. I mean, he's not he's not a superstar wizard.
Yeah, no.
Like, he really isn't. He's actually a big loser.
Oh, wow, really?
He gets better as time goes on, but not by much. And he ends up. No, he gets sorted into Slytherin.
Right, because, like, didn't the Sorting Hat say that that Harry would have done well for Slytherin as well?
That's true.
And, like, one of the
That's true, he did. But the Sorting Hat picked it when he got to Albus's, Harry's son. It's like, okay, you're going to Slytherin. Ends up meeting with Draco Malfoy's kid. Mm-hmm. I won't spoil the whole plot, but
is it a love affair?
Time travels. Sorry?
Is it a love affair? Damn.
No, but they're best buddies.
Okay.
But basically, there's time travel. There's lots of cool magic effects. It's basically like a magic show. There's pyrotechnics coming out of wands. Steam comes out of a guy's ears. Like, I don't know how they pulled that off. And there's do you remember the Polyjuice potion?
Which is that? What's that again?
That is the potion that you can drink to physically turn into someone else.
Oh, yeah.
And the way that they pull that effect off using the actors is really fun. It's basically like, I think they're all wearing like, because they're entering the Ministry of Magic, they're wearing all like black cloaks.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically they sort of, when they drink the potion, they sort of shrink into the cloak, and then the other person pops out from underneath the cloak.
Oh, like with trapdoors and shit.
Yeah, like there's so much like crazy stuff. There's wirework, trapdoors. It's insane.
That sounds amazing.
And I gotta give props to the guy who actually played, because this is time travel stuff. I gotta give props to the guy who played Professor Snape. I thought he did a great job capturing Mr. Rickman's
Mr. Potter.
Alan Rickman's sort of
droll.
Droll. Yes, manner of speaking.
Yes,
but also kind of making it his own. I will leave with, I think my favorite line from the play is from Draco, who said, "I'm taking orders from Hermione Granger, and I'm starting to like it," which without context you'll have to see it. Harry Potter Cursed Child was great.
Hell yeah.
Also went to, I don't even know. I guess I'll talk about this briefly. Also went to a shoe museum.
Why?
Everyone talked, because I thought the shoes were interesting. I'll have to show you the pictures afterwards. I didn't have time.
I think I'm just so uninterested in shoes because of the Young Bucks and like watching watching BTE vlogs and just seeing them just spent, not retail price on these shoes.
Yeah,
overpriced.
There were some shoes that I don't think even the Bucks could afford there.
Oh boy,
there were a bunch of different displays, like the big new display that they had, because they had a bunch of new galleries from the last time I was there. The big major one was was the future of shoes, which features like crazy like shoe concepts. And I'm gonna try and pull up a picture here. I'm gonna show you this. This is gonna be bad for us, but I'll post it. I'll post a gallery at some point later. Future of shoes, including like innovation of shoes, how certain shoes are being developed by being made with reusable materials now. One of them being mushroom leather, which I found really interesting.
Mushroom leather?
Where is it? I took a picture of it. Yeah, here you go. I'm not sure if you can see this.
Oh, it's a very mushroom.
This is actually made of like the leather. You know, the leathery bits from like mushrooms is actually all made from that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like innovations in shoes, including this.
Oh boy. I can't tell. That almost looks like more of a flower than a it's more flower than shoe. What is that? Is that a car jack?
It's called the biomorphic.
The biomorphic?
Yeah. There are definitely some also cool innovations, like they have a shoe for the disabled where if you're not really good at bending your feet, this is like the top one is the default appearance. All you have to do is kind of press your heel down and it goes into the more flat style. It's definitely a lot of innovations in shoes. Also, they went over the history of shoes with toys as well, and they had just a bunch of variety of things like from like Michael Jordan's shoes throughout his basketball career.
So a little more to the side. Nice.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's shoes from their careers, Barbie shoes. Yeah, just everything. Toy shoes made from like Louis Vuitton, and some crazy shoes during the Enlightenment period, which is like really impressive, like artwork on some of these.
Holy crap!
From the European Enlightenment, and some like gold and silver buckles and flower ornamented like leather painted on it. Impressive.
More solid than shoe-like.
Yeah, exactly. There was literally like, where is it? There was like
almost like claws.
Sandals, like crazy sandals like this. They're in the shape of like babies.
I thought that was a frog or a turtle for a sec. That's a baby?
Yeah, it kind of looks like that. And then you got this. And then you got this. Jared, what is this for?
Is that the reverse Arthur Harrows?
I don't know what that is, but this is actually
Harrow
a chestnut.
Harrow was the guy from Moon Knight, the bad guy, Ethan Hawke's character from Moon Knight.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Wait, no, that was glass in the shoes, not spikes.
Yeah, that's all right. But that was a chestnut crushing clog.
Chestnut crushing. Okay.
Yeah, cool. It was worn in France in the 19th century for the innocent task of shelling chestnuts. which was an important source of food for peasant work.
Mm-hmm.
And that was sort of the main gist of my stuff from Canada. I watched a bunch of stuff, played some games while I was there. We'll talk about that later. Because I guess, Jared, if you don't,
yes,
I guess we'll go into TFCon now. Or do you want to do your Staten Island thing? Because some TFCon stuff might take a second.
There's not much to say other than I spent the 4th of July weekend at my girlfriend's in Staten Island. We watched from the beach. We saw fireworks going off in every direction all around it. It was super nice.
That's really cool to do it on the beach. I've never seen fireworks from a beach before.
It's like you're not going to see anything close. You're seeing all these just lights go off very far away. It's just nice to watch it all. And sometimes you'll have some other people nearby there just setting off fireworks next to you.
Okay.
In the driveway. It's a lot of fun. Or not in the driveway, on the beach. It's great.
Yeah. So no one was an asshole and tried to fire them at any.
No, but there were plenty of assholes that were firing them way too late at night or way too early in the day that were scaring her cats.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Why would you fire before the sun sets? Like, that's stupid. You're never going to see it, and it's like you waste your fireworks.
Clearly, sir, you have never been to Disney World when they've had the outdoor shows.
Oh, really?
So yeah, some of the outdoor shows, they just got fireworks and they'll go off during the day. In the middle of the day.
Then.
Almost makes no sense.
All right.
But yeah, that happened. I was at the beach there too. It's more like a bay beach than an actual beach there, and I got a little bit of sunburn on my back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. After I thought we should put sunscreen on, but then I was told, no, we don't have to worry.
If you're going to the beach, you might as well put sunscreen on.
Exactly.
At least, even if you're not going to swim, put it on your arms and put it on your face and your neck.
Put on enough, just not our back behind us.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All
yeah.
right. So with that said, please give us your presentation, Jordan.
Right, so, the last thing I did while I was there for the last 3 days is that I went to TFCon, the the most popular Transformers convention in Canada.
Canada.
And it had been a long time since I had been up there. I figured, you know what, I don't know if I'm ever getting the chance to go to that convention ever again, for whatever reason. I might as well just go one more time and just see how I do. Went up there, drive there was pretty pleasant, even though it was down the 401, which could be a little harrowing at times at certain times of the day, but it wasn't bad. It was manageable traffic.
Okay.
So I attended all 3 days, 2.5 days. I got Friday night, got to purchase the convention exclusive early because I got the nice weekend pass. Attended a few fun fan panels. They were talking about what the best Transformers theme song was, how the Transformers trading card game has been in control of groups of fans longer than Hasbro actually has.
Really?
Yeah, because they abandoned the game. They actually abandoned the trading card game when the pandemic started.
Oh.
Because, because obviously it's when the pandemic started, you couldn't do local meetups anymore.
Yeah, no.
So they basically just said, we're just going to cancel the game. And they didn't even advertise anyways, but groups of fans after a little while managed to all coordinate together and start actually making new cards themselves with actually some of the original artists from the trading card game. So they had really because it wasn't it was not for profit. They weren't selling the new cards for a profit. You can literally just download them.
Oh, and then print them out
basically and have them printed out and shipped to you for free essentially.
Oh.
So you have artists, and it's yes, the card game is still going, and they had actually a bunch of games going on. I never got around to actually seeing them or sitting down and playing myself. I will one day. There was also a charity auction for Make-A-Wish Canada.
Nice.
And I actually bid, and I actually got something that I'll show you later, just a little thing. Saturday rolled around. That's when the dealer room opened. That's when all the special guests came down, voice actors.
Nice. Who'd you get to meet? Did you meet anybody?
A bunch of artists. As far as guests goes, as far as voice actors go, I got to go to the voice acting panels for Greg Berger, who was the voice of Grimlock in the original cartoon. Mm-hmm. Who's the Autobot that turns into T-Rex. I also met Laurie Faso.
Okay.
Who did the voice of who did voices for 3 of the 5 Predacons from the original cartoon, and the voice of Optimus Prime before he became leader, like a younger Optimus Prime.
Oh.
Also met Doug Parker, who was the voice of Pterosaur from Beast Wars, Tidalwave from Armada, and Mirage from Energon. And I also met Sharon Alexander, who voiced RC in Energon.
Ooh.
She was like the only female Transformer from that show.
I remember Energon a little bit. They had like a few mini-cons left.
Yeah.
It was like right after.
Yeah, there were a few mini-cons running around. I think the most interesting ones, at least for me, were... I met so many people. Paul, oh boy. Well, I met the big one for me was Christopher Lee Zammit.
That sounds familiar.
Probably, yeah. He was the VFX supervisor for Transformers: The Last Night, which was the 5th Transformers movie, and he was in charge mainly for that movie of painting
Christopher Lee
several of the Transformers and actually doing all the VFX for Megatron in the movie.
What was the last name again?
Zammit. It's a Zamat.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do I know?
Yeah. So he's a very busy VFX artist guy. Not only has he done work for the Transformers movies, but he also worked on the Death Star model in Rogue One.
Okay.
He was responsible for Baby Legs Deadpool. He did the CGI work.
Did he have to animate a penis too?
I don't think he animated the penis. He didn't say. No one. I should have asked him that.
We don't see it, but did he animate it?
I don't know. Now I'll have to ask him on Twitter.
There you go.
I gotta ask him now. He also worked on The Boys as well.
Okay. Oh my God.
He helped out on The Boys. He was also one of the brave souls that tried to save Cats, the movie.
He was one of those. He
tried his best.
Did anyone ask him about the butthole cut?
No.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, no.
We have to know about the butthole cut.
Yeah, but he showed a lot of like the concept of like what goes into making the models, and one of the things that he showed was like, hey, so here's the file of all of Megatron's parts completely unfolded, and it's like thousands of pieces. So, as someone who kind of dabbled in 3D animation a little bit, it was really fun to see. And I actually got his autograph here.
Nice.
Along with a print of a render of Megatron's head, which I don't know if you can see this. A detail that actually made it into the movie was like on the side of his head here. You can see sort of almost this like sculpture of Megatron like leading his army on like the side of his head, like Roman gladiator style. So that was a detail that he actually thought got removed from the movie, but actually made it in. It's just that those movies are so chaotic you can barely see anything.
Oh, understandable. If you hadn't pointed that out to me also there and hadn't said what it was, I would have thought that was just like for some reason a picture of Frieza.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, evil leader and another evil leader.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And he also shared a couple of Michael Bay stories as well. Which
oh boy. Is he nuts?
Oh, sorry?
Is he nuts?
He's nuts. Chris described him as incredibly passionate and intense, but not a bad person.
Huh. Okay,
by
nice.
far. So those are all like the main guests and panels that were my favorite. But I also walked away with a lot of
lighter
toys.
wallet.
So yeah, and my wallet is lighter now. Yes, that's true. So
all right, so Jordan has a little presentation for us. It says it is his ToyCon haul. Now TFCon. Sorry about that. TFCon.
That's a
TFCon 2022 haul. There's lots of T's. I was trying to get something in there, but it didn't work.
That's all right.
So take it away, sir.
Right. So you can't go to TFCon and you can't have a TFCon haul without buying something before you go to TFCon. It's just the law. You can't wait. So I found at a GameStop Shattered Glass Megatron, who is from the Shattered Glass basically means alternate universe, evil Autobots, good guy Decepticons. It's basically kind of opposite day over there. I wasn't sure if I was going to get this, but I saw this at GameStop, and my grandma just said, you know what, I'll get you that one. So yeah, I picked up Shatterglass Megatron. This is the new one. My grandma bought it for me. Thank you, BB.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice of her to do that. It's a reworking of the Earthrise Megatron mold, which is essentially it's a Megatron that turns into a tank. But as you can see there, it has a jet mode, mm-hmm. which is thankfully to these built by these new pieces here, which is a jet cockpit and some wings here, which I really like the clear plastic on the wings. They're very nice. Mm-hmm. The jet mode it's trying its best, but it's essentially his legs stuck together by the jet cockpit. It is an attempt, because the original Shatterglass Megatron toy was based off of Energon Megatron, which was a jet. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to replicate it with what they have essentially currently. Okay. I think it's a valiant attempt. But I don't mind it though, because the figure comes with, it's got the fusion cannon, it's got a giant sword. You can actually still turn Megatron into his tank mode as well, which is nice. So you have 2 vehicle modes technically. Not a bad one. But then we get into like the actual TFCon stuff, which I'll kind of start with the newer stuff. So I got Slug Slinger from Titan's Return. Where is he? Oh god, I'm gonna have to grab.
Is there a mini thing with it too?
That is his headmaster, which is essentially back from the olden days. You can take the head off, and the gimmick with the headmasters is that the head actually unfolds into its own miniature robot.
Of course, that's
yeah.
Is that like
yeah? This was again.
Jet? Is that it looks like a twin-headed jet?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Those aren't real, right? A twin-headed jet.
You're gonna look this up, yeah.
Keep going.
And this character was confined in like the late 80s, so they might have called it before it actually happened.
The late 80s.
Yeah. Again, this was from like sort of the end of the original run of Transformers, so it's like, what do we got left? Let's just do a jet with 2 cockpits.
The Lockheed AR-12.
Oh boy.
The Vault from the Atomic Space Age. Fake anyone? Well, then below that, they just showed a picture of a ship that looks like the X-Men's ship from the movie.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a biplane that has... Well, it's not a biplane, really. I don't know. You'll see it. Just go ahead. Okay. The jet.
Yeah, I really like this guy. He actually came out, was one of the last Titan's Return figure to come out, so he was kind of hard to get a hold of. Mm-hmm. But I was able to haggle him for $45 while he was still mint sealed in box. Now bear in mind, whenever I say a price, these are Canadian dollars. So if you want to convert that into whatever US money was, you gotta just take 30% of the amount that I say off, and you get the US amount.
Hang on, so how much was it in?
I got it for 45 Canadian.
Canadian dollar.
Mm-hmm.
$34. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it was still sealed in the box, so
yeah, that's.
And it's an older figure that's no longer manufactured. So
question, Jordan: how many of the figures, whenever I see you buying them, are boxed usually, and then you open?
Do
you keep any in boxes or keep boxes at all?
I'm actually going to keep a couple of the boxes for the stuff that I bought. Mm-hmm. For stuff like my Kamen Rider stuff for figure arts, I actually do keep the boxes. They're actually behind my computer, simply because they're rather expensive figures, and the boxes are really nice. They look like crazy like books on a bookshelf.
Nice.
So I like to keep those around. But
moving on.
Yeah, moving on. I got some stuff from Transformers Animated, which is a toy line that I missed out when it was coming out. So I got one of them was Elite Guard Bumblebee, which is essentially a what if scenario.
Oh.
What if Bumblebee actually didn't flunk out of the Elite Guard Academy and actually became an Elite Guard member? And this is honestly my favorite look that Bumblebee has ever had in toys. Just the black and the gold and the pops of yellow here.
I think I've seen that version of Bumblebee before in in one of the animated shows. I didn't like that animated one, but
oh, you didn't like Transformers Animated?
It was too cartoony, maybe for me.
Yeah, it's definitely like a hyper cartoony sort of thing.
That was one of the ones where like Megatron's head was like being hidden by some other scientist, right? Okay.
Yes, yeah, that's the show. Yeah,
I didn't like Bumblebee's design for that personally. I don't know.
I don't think it's the animated style is definitely for everyone. It's very exaggerated, but I really like the art style. And I don't know if you can see this here. You can't, but yeah, the mouth, there's a smirk on there, and I think they actually did something with the clear plastic to give him like pupils.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, when you put the clear plastic eyes up to the light, you can actually see like little pupils in there. He's in pretty good shape, actually, all things considered. The only thing is that when you bend his knee, the car panels here are meant to like sort of like slide down, but because the ball joints are not sort of great, they just kind of pop off now. But I can still maneuver around them.
Mm-hmm.
I really like, especially the vehicle mode. I think I'm a big sucker for the vehicle mode on this one. Just a little. So it's basically like a little mini police car, basically.
Nice.
And then we got the big boy. We've got Lugnut.
Is that like how much of him becomes that act?
That is the tail. Oh boy.
Okay.
That is essentially the
entire
tail end of the bomber unfolded, and I love this guy so much. He's stupid, big and chunky.
No wonder his name is Lugnut.
Yes, he is dummy thick, and he's also about as smart as a Lugnut as well.
Yeah. Makes sense. Oh, that one eye, no mouth. Oh,
he does got a mouth. It's just closed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Again, again, animated art styles for me. The only thing with Lugnut is that while he is a wide boy, he's not a particularly tall one.
Oh.
Yeah, him and Bumblebee are essentially the same size.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. But now I have Lugnut to go with Blitzwing. To go with his buddy Blitzwing, so I'm very happy about that. Bumblebee just fell over in fear.
Nice.
Okay, I'll try and kind of speed through these a little bit, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we've been going a while already. Whoops.
Right. Alright, Cybertron, Transformer Cybertron, Dirt Boss.
It's not coming through super clearly.
Dirt Boss, yeah, very fun. Very fun boy. I love the design. I love that he is like you know those pickup trucks with like the giant, almost monster truck wheels that you see driving around sometimes?
Yeah.
He turns into one of those and has the personality of the people who tend to drive them. Which is fun.
Oh. Well, in that case, maybe I don't like him.
Yeah. He's a real villain. He's a real jobber.
He's a jobber.
He's a real jobber, though, and I love him. Absolute Unit Crumple Zone. And he is gigantic. And I love him.
Whoa, that's a thick boy.
Yeah, damn, he thick, boy! And I think, hold on, his electronics still
big
work.
In the trunk.
What?
Big in the trunk, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Jeez, it's like the whole back.
Trying to work the camera. Hold on, let me see. Does his electronics still work? Hold on. Yep, they do!
Hell yeah.
They still do. I don't know if the batteries are still good in there or they put in new ones before they sold it. I don't know.
For those who don't know, basically the guns flipped around and shot and made sounds on their own.
Yeah, absolutely. He still got his firing missiles. The only real regret from the show is that I couldn't find his buddy Crumple Zone, which you can see in the slideshow, Jared, of him actually riding the little red motorcycle. That's Ransack.
My god, that's funny.
That's his friend. I want to get Ransack to see if I can replicate that pose.
Hell yeah.
Next is the best looking Transformer that has ever come out, in my opinion, and it's Sideways. It's Sideways from Cybertron. I love the sort of like the black and orange spooky Halloween visor look. I love the crazy Batjet vehicle mode.
It always does like a Batmobile thing or a Batman thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And I even love his gimmick, which I don't know if you can see this here. Like he's got an Autobot symbol.
Yeah.
In the middle there, and you put the cyber key gimmick in there.
Oh, cool.
And he switches faction.
Nice. There was there was a motorcycle guy from Armada that was like that too. He had like 2 heads.
This is the same guy.
Oh, that's the same guy?
Well, in the American versions of the show, this is the same guy.
Oh, okay.
And he still is a Herald of Unicron. Mm-hmm. Still working for Unicron. He kind of rocking the color scheme now. He's you know orange. He's got orange now.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. I mean, I love the way this looks. I love how the wings become basically a giant like
sword,
Klingon bafflet thing sword.
I was gonna say, it becomes almost Thanos' sword from Endgame.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that one was more like circular and spinny.
Yeah. Yeah, and I got from the charity auction that I was able to get. I got the re-release of the original Optimus Primal toy from the 90s. Now, let me just grab him here. He's massive.
Holy crap, that's a big toy.
I know. This is what mid-90s toys looked like, ladies and gentlemen. The re-release actually retailed, this was recently, it actually retailed the starting price of $50. Mm-hmm. I got him at the charity auction for $35 Canadian, which means that I essentially got him half off.
Nice.
Of what the reissue price is, and I've never seen a toy with so many gimmicks. I don't even know where to start. Hey, guess what? You want missiles?
You got missiles.
Bam, there you go.
Oh, they just popped out.
Yeah, you want missiles? There. You got swords. You got blue swords in here that you can hide here. Hey, Jared, do you want more missiles? Oh, God.
Oh, he lifted up.
You want missiles out of his hands? You got it. You can load them.
I'm so glad that you have the mic up enough to hear all the plastic flipping right now. It's perfect.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of clicks. You've got in gorilla mode. You got like a chest beating gimmick.
A chest beating gimmick?
Yeah, like there's like springs in the arms that can make like have the gorilla mode beat his chest.
Oh, okay.
You don't like Optimus's head? Boom! You got a crazy bat head. That you can just switch to.
Cool.
There's a like a mace with a flail whip in here in his forearm. It's just gimmick on top of gimmick. This 90s stuff was nuts. Oh, I'm tired just talking about it.
Yeah, man.
All right,
2 more.
Yeah, 2 more. Fine. All right, let's go to something smaller. This is the Hasbro side of things. These are Transformers that are not made by Hasbro. These are made by third-party companies, and I tried out the first time Iron Factory, and I got their Noramune Suki samurai figure, which is basically their whole Iron Factory's whole gimmick is like, hey, what if we take like normal sized toys with like their normal sized toy engineering, but we make them like pocket size.
Okay.
And it's essentially what it is. This is their take on Drift from the Michael Bay movies. And I was a little worried about this figure going in. It's like, how durable is this thing going to be? And I've only transformed it back and forth once, and it feels good, man. It feels durable.
Feels like it won't break on you.
There are tight joints. I'm sorry?
Well, it won't break on you just from trying to transform it?
No, I don't think so. There were some tight joints. Like, there were some tight hinges on here. But it's all solid, all feels solid, nothing breaks on it, nothing's broken on it, and I don't think anything will. I really like this design, even though my thumb's covering up his head. He's got swords, he's got one of the nicer vehicle modes that Iron Factory has come up with. Usually they have robot parts sticking out of it, but they nailed it with this one. And finally, the convention exclusive that I got from Mastermind Creations, Optimus Promenade, aka he's all the way over there.
I don't know what this one even looks like.
I got Shattered Glass Megatron. I might as well get a version of Shattered Glass Optimus Prime.
Oh.
And yeah. Cool. So this is a special recolor of a figure that I've been looking for, that I've been trying to get for a while, but it's always been out of stock whenever I tried to nab it. And then they announced the day before the convention that they're having the special color variant. I'm like, God damn it, I might as well go for it.
Damn. It's almost the way it looks like in vehicle mode reminds me of the Tumbler from the Batman, from the Christian Bale Batman
Christopher
movies.
Nolan movies.
You know who I meant. Those Batman movies. I do. Wow, Dark Knight Rises is a decade old now.
Yeah.
And yeah, that car. It looks like that car, but like, you know, Optimus Prime themed even, I guess.
So the transformation is, it's not insane. It just feels really solid. They love sliding in and out, like sliding up and down. This company really likes that. Comes with his 2 guns. He comes with a cloak that I have not figured out how to put him on yet. I'll have to consult videos for that. He's also got, okay, I'm just gonna show that he's got posable fingers. He's got at this size fingers with this. Sorry,
I thought opposable thumbs. I got one.
He has got posable
fingers,
ball jointed fingers. Each of them individually jointed, and it's terrifying. Oh
God! Like that's not something that you usually do with like these kind of toys. Even it's always a closed fist or something. It's like I even had Bionicles that, yeah, most Bionicles it's a piece for the hand, but even still, bigger ones I've never seen them make a bigger hand that can bend the joints. Maybe 1 or 2 ever I've seen do that.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Definitely not. Yeah. These fingers feel really solid, though, I will say. Like, I don't feel like I'm going to break it. I'm still kind of treating it a little bit gently. Mm-hmm. But this figure, it feels like rock solid. It can take it. So it's got crazy articulation. It's got ab crunches. It's got waists. It's got double jointed knees that have, like, pistons that expose, which is a really nice little detail.
Nice.
When you bend the knee, the piston kind of goes back and forth. Same with the elbows. And the unique piece that only comes with this version, it comes with a unique weapon. This gigantic axe.
Oh.
It's massive.
That is big.
Yes, it's massive. Both of his hands have a tab in his palm that thankfully they can slide in, so you don't have to rely on the strength of the finger joints. Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah, and that's my TFCon haul. It was a very impressive haul. I got some real steals for some good prices. The sideways real toy that steals. I showed you, I got for $15.
Now I want to see that movie.
What movie?
The movie Real Steel about giant fighting robots.
Oh yeah,
with Hugh Jackman.
Oh God, Real Steel.
There you go.
Jesus.
You said you had some real steals.
Good Lord. All right.
Yeah, it's close enough. But you had a great time at TFCon, it seems.
Yes, it was an amazing time.
Hell yeah, Lord. Man.
Oh.
Seeing as you went on about it for a while, man, we've been going on for almost an hour, dude. Yep. We haven't talked about anything.
No.
Anything. So... With that being said, let's quickly move on to something else. Like Taika Waititi being annoyed that about Kate Bush being ruined by Stranger Things. Because serious for because kids have only heard one of her songs. Taika Waititi has admitted that he's annoyed that Stranger Things producers ruined Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill by including it in its Series 4 of the show. The Thor director was asked if he hopes some of the Guns N' Roses songs he included in Thor Love and Thunder soundtrack have a Kate Bush moment. I mean, there are actually a few Guns N' Roses songs in that movie. Spoiler. You're going to be like, really? That one? However, during the interview with NME, he was quickly to insist that he thought it ruined the song and artist to include it in the Netflix hit, I guess. I don't know. Basically, here's what he said. I'm really annoyed. I've become one of those old arseholes who's like, these kids never listened to Kate Bush. They've heard one song on a TV show. They don't know Kate Bush. I know Kate Bush. End quote.
Did he go on to tweet like, hey, if you like that song, check out her other song? Yeah. Like, here's a list of them.
I love that show, but as someone who really feels ownership of Kate Bush music.
Weird. Okay.
Taika Waititi says you can't like Kate Bush because you didn't like Kate Bush before. That's really what it is. I mean, I've also seen Thor: Love and Thunder by now too. It's good. It's worth it. I will say that sometimes I was a little distracted by the Guns N' Roses songs because they were all Guns N' Roses songs. There was other songs too, but like I was like, why is there this many?
Yeah.
And also another joke that keeps coming back over and over, and each time I saw it, I was like, oh, this is so not funny anymore.
Oh, really? Taika Waititi repeats a joke?
No.
That doesn't sound like him.
He does repeat a joke. He repeats a joke from like 9 years ago when we were in high school still.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but whenever you see it, you'll know exactly what I mean. Because it happens within like the first 10-15 minutes.
All right.
But yeah, so he is gatekeeping the Kate Bush song, which it's a good song. I like the song.
Yeah.
But I will say,
old man is showing.
Yeah, and I will say also that it is being like used. It's being marketed, I guess, too. Or like I know that things are taking advantage of it. I've heard 2 radio stations because in Volume 2, Metallica's Master of Puppets is used a lot. Excuse me. With that being said, and apparently that I don't know. There's been good things that have come from both. I heard on the radio station near here, 92.3, the alternative station, literally have a promo that goes, "Vecna's coming to get you. Keep listening in here on 92.3, on 92.3," and then all of a sudden, brum, 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 brum. It's the same song. It's the same song. Apparently, also.
Oh no! The evil Vecna attacks. It's up to the kids to save the day. Holy crap!
Don't let Vecna get in your nightmares right here on 92.3. Apparently, also because the other song is Master of Puppets, people were tweeting at Metallica and at the actor that from the trailer for Volume 2, they could tell he was playing Master of Puppets. Apparently,
the actor,
Eddie Munson. Oh yeah, you gotta see it.
He was actually playing. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's
an actor was actually playing guitar. It was really cool.
Yeah. I wonder if people there are people young enough watching Stranger Things to go like, what's Metallica?
There probably are, honestly.
God.
Okay. That's not even the craziest part. That's not even the craziest part about this. Really, the reality of what's happening with the Metallica bits.
Okay.
The show takes place like before the summer. It's like in senior year in 1986, or at least it's 1986. That's the year I know it is. Yeah. And Master of Puppets came out in 1986. March of 1986. This takes place in like the springtime of that. Maybe mid-March, middle of April. Master of Puppets comes out middle of March. Or something like that. Yeah. So in reality, Eddie Munson learned how to play Master of Puppets within weeks of it coming out.
Yeah, like a week or something.
Yeah. Maybe even that, really, yeah. And...
That's really funny.
Yeah, right? He learned, within weeks of it coming out, and he's a guitar prodigy now, you could say. You could say he's a prodigy. But there was another like little fun note too. Just the fact that I would have taken. Oh yeah, he learned it with no internet to go off of. He learned it with no tablature to read from.
Oh no, they didn't have like sheet music. They didn't have sheet books. They didn't have giant compilation books.
The song is like literally less than a month old in canon for the show, and that's a real song. Okay. And he learned it by ear.
That's a little.
Yeah, right?
Okay, that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah. So, I think with that being said, I can just talk about season 4 of Stranger Things, because I can just go into that. It's a good way to process me in there. Sure. It's really good. Cool little note, I found out that Sadie Sink actually showed up at a store that my friend works at today, like in my town. Cool. Apparently Sadie Sink is nearby for some reason. She's the girl who plays Max.
Yes,
Max Mayfield.
That's cool.
I felt like this season, in some ways, was a big coming out for her as an actress. I felt like a lot of like the big things that with the villain are focused towards her. Things, I mean, especially after all the things that happened with her family in the last season. You know, Billy dies. Billy is dead. She feels immense guilt for that. And there's like other people. And all of a sudden, by the end of the first episode, some girl gets possessed by like an evil, angry spirit thing that's like taking over mind, making them go into like the what's it called? Like when the eyes are like racing really fast.
The upside down.
Yeah, rapid eye movement. Like they're stuck in a trance.
Like
they're in a trance.
Yeah, like their eyes roll the back of their heads, and you just see the whites.
Yeah, you see the whites, but it's like you see them very like moving rapidly. Rapid eye movement.
Okay.
They're like in REM, but eye open REM. And yeah, that happens. And when Vecna comes and gets you, he takes you, he raises your body to lift you, and kills you basically. Like you like almost real Exorcist or not Freddy Krueger style. Freddy Krueger, that's what it was. And it's fun too because they have a nice little cameo from the guy who played Freddy Krueger in the show. It's great. It is a great role. Maya Hawke is great. I feel like there was something that was off, though, I will say, with the season. I feel like in some ways, a part of the crew was forgotten about. I had a discussion with this with my girlfriend while we're watching. Okay, so at least we remember from the show, there's always like multiple plots happening. There's the main kids, and then there's like, those slightly older kids and the adults, usually.
Yeah.
Like season 3.
Yeah, like last season...
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say, like last season there was mall drama, and then Dustin had his stuff going on.
Dustin has mall drama, Russian drama,
right,
and the upside down stuff drama, Billy drama.
Yes.
Yeah. 3 plots, really, you could say.
Yeah. Wow.
And this season there's 4.
Oh God.
There's like the A plot. There's like the B plot, which is the adult one, which is just Joyce, Murray, and Hopper, and a few other new characters, which are pretty cool. Some of them not so much. Some of them are just too much and too annoying. That's the B plot. The A plot, in my opinion, is anything that's happening in Hawkins. Which is basically the stuff with Nancy, Robin, Steve, Max, Dustin, and Lucas. Any of them. Okay. And Lucas's sister too, because she's important.
Oh yeah.
Any of them. And then there also Mike, because remember at the end of last season, Will, Jonathan, and Joyce moved to California. Oh, and Jane, 11, moved to California.
Yes.
At the end of the show. And so part of this season is Mike goes for a summer trip to go see them.
Well, yeah.
And then the C plot is that she's needed by the people that made her into a freak again. Not into a freak, or made her get superpowers.
Yeah, they gave her the psychic powers, yes.
Yeah, that's the C plot, in my opinion. The C plot that shifts to being a B plot, or that shifts itself to being the B plot, as to where the adults become the C plot, because they're literally separated from the kids the entire show. Yeah, it's weird. Almost the entire show, yeah. But then, in you know how it was released as 2 volumes, the first 7 episodes.
2 parts.
The first 7 episodes is 1 part, the last 2 is the volume 2. In the very last episode before the first volume ends, the D plot, which is Jonathan, Will, Mike, and this new guy named Argyle, who do you remember those Samsung commercials with like the guy who had long hair and they were making fun of Apple?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that guy's in this show. He's really great.
Okay.
His name is Argyle. I don't remember his name, but someone will remind me. And he is... God, they become the D plot, and I say they're the D plot because they don't show up at all in episode 7.
Wow.
And that was the last episode of the volume. And they were already barely showing up as it is because they're just looking for Jane, or not Jane, 11, whoever you're gonna say. I don't know.
The lead female character.
Yes, lead female character, 11.
Yes.
Overall, the show is pretty good. Still, drama. They pull someone's great. I love most of the new characters. Lucas kind of annoys me at first, but then it's like, okay, you're trying to grow up. It makes sense a bit.
Okay. So he's trying to show himself as more mature.
Yeah,
that's what a kid is thinking. What's mature? And he's trying to like take charge. I imagine
he's kind of done with D&D.
Okay, like he's going through like that.
He's on the basketball team
because he doesn't think it's cool. Okay,
he's on the basketball team now, and he got a little bit of cool.
Oh, influenced by his peers.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Exactly, and there's this whole thing called the Hellfire Club, which is another D&D group.
Okay.
That involves the guy Eddie that I was been telling you about, who does Master of Puppets. Really good. But I liked Stranger Things season 4. I think it's pretty good. I got like one of the main characters came very close to death, and I was like on edge for a sec there. Like, is it like? Because I thought I thought that someone from the one of the guys from the main crew was gonna die, and I'm not gonna leave, and I'm gonna stop it there.
Okay.
Stranger Things season 4. I recommend. Let's go on to Kenobi.
Do you want to talk about?
Avatar. I got some movies.
Yeah.
I want to talk.
Jared's very happy about this, folks.
I am so happy. There are 3 animated Avatar films in the project for Paramount Nickelodeon.
Yay!
We're getting 3 new things from the Avatar verse, and I'm so excited.
Yes.
For those who don't know me, I already listened to what's it called? I listen to Braving the Elements every single week on my podcast streamings with Dante Bosco and Janet Varney, and they knew about these little announcements, and they want to have on the creators so badly so that they can be like, tell us now what's happening, tell us every detail. They want Knitsko and DiMartino to come on the show and be like, tell us about this movie, and we will go back to doing our regular scheduled programming.
Yes.
By the way, if you want to check out the Braving the Elements podcast, they currently just did their episode on Avatar Day. Avatar Day, which is the one where the town hates Avatar, hates Aang, and Kyoshi admits that she killed a guy on purpose. You don't remember this?
Wait, I'm sorry. Is this something from the show or an actor?
Yeah, the show. This is from the show.
Okay.
The show, not the actress.
Okay, thank God.
They just did an episode on. They did a podcast episode on the Avatar Day episode.
Oh, okay.
Avatar Day, season 2, episode 5 of the series. Sorry, I know this stuff.
So, are these upcoming films? Is it just like, hey, we want to just do season 4, or is it just going to be something? Or would you want animated versions of book 4, or do you just want new stuff?
I believe it's all new stuff.
Okay, good.
Let's see. Starring Dev Patel, which M. Night Shyamalan directed. I don't remember that stuff. I don't remember that movie. That didn't happen in 2010. No. So the studio was announced back in February of last year. All we know that there's going to be 3 movies so far. We don't know much about them. I think one of them is going to be a Kyoshi movie.
Cool.
A Kyoshi-centered movie. One is going to be a Korra-centered movie.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be... Is the last one a Zuko movie, I heard?
I didn't hear that, actually, no.
Because I swore I saw an image like a week ago. It was Kyoshi, Korra, and Zuko.
That would make sense. Unless it was something
because Fire Lord Zuko might be interesting.
Oh yeah, definitely some interesting stuff there. But I'd also would love to just see, them animate, The Search, or what's the other one I got over there?
Yeah.
The Smoke and Shadow.
Yeah. You're basically talking about season 4.
Yeah, I know. I want season 4.
Yeah, of course. Everyone wants like season 4 animated. Yeah, it's like the proper conclusion. But I'm looking forward to Cabbage. The Story of a Man. Yeah. Voiced by M. Night Shyamalan. No.
Believe it or not, they had the voice of the Cabbage Merchant on this last episode of Braving the Elements.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, James C., who gave us his own, who ended the show with a whole new "My Cabbages," and it sounded great.
Yeah, of course. I want like a scene in the movie where I want Cabbage Man to finally just snap. Mm-hmm. Like the usual shenanigans are going on, and someone's coming towards like this is how Aang dies. He crosses Cabbage Man one too many times, and Cabbage Man just busts out some crazy, I don't know,
I'll kill you with my Cabbage Corp.
Cabbage Corp. Like he just starts cabbage bending, and he just goes for I will crush your larynx with the power of vegetables.
the power of my veggie. The power of my cabbage. But I'm hype as fuck for these movies. I cannot wait. Kenobi.
Oobly Kenoobly. Yeah.
Oobly Kenoobly.
So
Obi, won't you blow me?
Oh God. Good Lord. So, right, we need to talk about the last 2 episodes. I thought this show was really good, and I feel like especially the last episode really brought it from like like a 6, like a sort of an above average, all the way up to like an 8.5. It went from it went from enjoyable to okay, this is really good, and this is like okay.
I'm gonna say this: everything Darth Vader up here, a lot of some of the dialogue stuff and choices here. It's kind of funny because like this is an in-between quel. We know what has to happen after this and before this, so sometimes things are limited in this show. Like goddamn Obi-Wan could have killed Darth there, but of course he didn't. They had nice little touches and notes. I like this show. There's a lot of people I know that have problems with it, though.
Yeah, there's some writing problems. I think for me, like the biggest one is
episode 4.
Okay, what happens with episode 4?
It's kind of pointless. Leia gets captured again and rescued.
She gets kidnapped again, right? Yeah.
Just for them to go into the Citadel, do the whole Cal Kestis go from underwater thing to get in there, to get inside. We see this room where all these bodies are like, not even frozen in carbonite. They're frozen.
They're like an amber.
Yeah, an amber.
They're like Jurassic Park style. Yeah,
and it never comes back.
No, like it's never mentioned again. Like there's not like a major character in there. Like there's no like hints of it. Like there's no like threat of like we're gonna keep you in like the torture chamber or something like that. Or they don't put like Leia in the amber that.
No, none of that. It's just they just find they're not even like specific people. Like one of them you could tell is a youngling because they had the youngling helmet on. But like also they had like random people who look like merchants. Like random merchants. Like maybe they were Jedi in disguise, but that never gets brought up. That never gets like explained or anything like that. So yeah, that was just like a weird bit. Just to show that the Empire is evil, which is like when we had the emotional destruction, the emotional turmoil of the death of Wade. Wade, no! Yeah, after Wade gets a bomb thrown at him because of Reva.
Yeah.
It happened. Yeah. And also, Obi-Wan should have totally... I would say Obi-Wan should have totally been seen with Leia in the jacket there.
Yeah, I said that last time. That was really funny. Like how he didn't get caught. What other writing problems? Oh yeah, there was the writing problem of like Kenobi going off on his own and like the escape pod or whatever. And splitting off from like the rebel transport, and Vader looks at the rebel transport like follow Kenobi, but in Grand Inquisitor, the Inquisitor is like, but we can stop the Rebel Alliance like right here, like they're vulnerable, they're not going anywhere. You can just blast them now. But it's like no, we must follow Kenobi, and I'm like, can't you just send some TIE fighters against like either Kenobi or send
you can go after Kenobi. Like you're literally going to do
your own shit.
He's literally does that.
I don't know. Now, if they both jumped into hyperspace at the exact same time, like the Rebels and Kenobi, and then they had to choose, then maybe that would be one thing. But even then,
they didn't have a hyperdrive.
Yeah, no, you're right. Exactly, they didn't.
They couldn't use it.
Yeah,
Obi-Wan had a hyperdrive, but no, they didn't. They were
also broken. One last plot issue I guess I'll bring up is. Reva, I can buy her surviving a lightsaber wound as an adult because A, she's wearing like Inquisitor armor.
Yeah.
So that might count for something. And B, Sith have a pretty well-established history of surviving fatal wounds. Darth Maul has done it. Vader has done it. The Grand Inquisitor has done it in this very show. So I'm fine with that.
Revenge to cling to life somehow.
Yeah. Revenge and hatred are very big motivators. Yeah, but Reva surviving a lightsaber wound as a child? No way.
No.
That's ridiculous. If it was a case of like a clone trooper like blasted her and she got like a glancing blow on her side and she fell over like a window or something and then like fell from view, and I could buy maybe her surviving that, but not like a full Anakin stabbing her through the chest thing. Like, that's ridiculous.
Not in like almost the same exact way that Qui-Gon got stabbed and died.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. But it wasn't all bad, though, because there was a lot of cool stuff in the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
There was...
The fight between Reva and Darth was good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, that was fun.
Darth using the Force to grab that ship.
That was impressive, and then he got played by the second ship behind him.
I know. How did he grab the other ship?
I guess he uses force energy, but I like to think that he got so mad that they played him. He was so distracted by that. He's like, I got fucking played by a bunch of farmers. God damn it! Like he was just like stunned that actually happened. He was like, the fuck?
Yeah. Even though you couldn't see his face yet, you could tell.
Oh yeah, you could tell he was mad.
Oh yeah.
He was bitter about that.
Speaking of faces, that face reveal during that fight.
Oh my god,
that was a nice fight. Oh my god,
that fight was insane. It obviously. I mean, Vader can't do backflips, so you didn't get Revenge of the Sith, but you got a really good lightsaber fight with what looked like a lot of advanced techniques, but a lot of power behind the strings. A lot of cool force usage. The second the Rock started
back.
Yeah, Obi-Wan got his groove back. Yeah, and the second the Rock started getting thrown, I was waiting like, okay, when are we getting the Vader cracked helmet bit? I knew it was coming as soon as they started throwing rocks at each other. It's like, and there we go.
Oh, once you saw it.
It was scary, like the crazy filtering in and out of like the Vader and Anakin voices.
Yeah, you could tell because it was mostly Hayden Christensen, but then like the last word of it will be the voice modulator.
Yeah, it'll be the Vader voice poking back in. Yeah. I guess one of the sillier things was like at first like Anakin's face was like glowing blue because of like Kenobi's lightsaber. Then it slowly started to turn back to red. I'm like, okay, that's a little. It's like he's evil. It's like, okay, we get it.
I like that. I guess Obi-Wan's not supposed to feel guilt as much anymore because he's told that it wasn't him that killed Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, in a weird way, like Vader forgave him. Like,
yeah, honestly,
Vader like forgives him. Like, and it's like that's really interesting because at that point, like, I'm sure that confrontation was for, I guess, both of them to move on. Yeah, basically from that years of burying all that guilt and trauma in a weird way. Like we said at the beginning, it was awesome to know that Obi-Wan didn't know that he was alive. God, that's true. I didn't even think about that until it was brought up. I'm like, oh yeah, why would he think that?
Exactly. Oh, can we just give a nice round of applause for Aunt Beru for doing something? She did something! Aunt Beru!
She pulled out a shotgun.
Oh my god! Did you know that the actress for that for her used to be in a cult?
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh god.
She was in the Mueseum cult.
Wow.
It was, oh my god. I forget her name. Bonnie Peace, I think is her name. Bonnie Pace. Yeah, look that up. Yeah. Who was that story? I think Jericho did an interview with her once. Or someone else that was in it. Yeah. Yeah, she actually got some lines, because I think in the first movie, in what was it? Attack of the Clones, that one.
Yes.
She has like a line where she has one line. She says hello.
Ah.
And that's it. She does nothing else.
Good. Well, I'm glad she got some lines in here, and I'm glad she got to do some cool stuff.
Beru did something!
She did something, yeah, very nice. And I like that, yeah, she took initiative. It's like, all right, well, she's coming. So, like, time to puck up. And they did a good job trying to fend off Reva. It didn't work, but they tried. Yeah, they did their best. I'm surprised neither of them died. I mean, obviously we knew neither of them could die, but, you know. No. She didn't use enough of the Force, I'd say. But, like, at points I would have thought, how did you miss? I don't know. That could just be me, though. Yeah, how did Reva miss or how did Beru miss? Both. How did both miss? Well, Reva's severely injured, and Beru is probably still terrified, because I imagine dealing with a Sith is very different from dealing from Sand people. Oh, Tusken Raiders, excuse me. Good. Yes. Okay. Can't say that. It doesn't matter. No. They call them that in the show. Yeah, I know. Multiple times. And we know that. I know what you meant. I know you're not racist. Yes. No, I know. It's an allegory, though. For everyone who don't know, it's an allegory. Did you know? Star Wars is an allegory for our world. I just bit my microphone as I was doing that. Oh boy. So eat your microphone. Consume. So yeah.
Consume microphone.
What was it? And like 2 more things. One, we got the meme.
Yes, we got the hello there.
We hello there. We got that because that's the Disney rule. You get one meme. You get one. And that's it. We got one from Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man got the point.
Spider-Man got the point, and Norman going, I'm something of a scientist myself, so we got 2, technically.
Yes. Obi-Wan got the hello there, and he did it more like Alec Guinness's hello there instead this time.
Exactly, and I did like that little touch. It's just like, okay, now we're at A New Hope Kenobi.
Oh my god, I just saw a meme earlier today. It was like, when you have a job interview and the hiring manager's first words are hello there, and you just go, I shouldn't. Next time I'm going to probably do it. I'll be like, General Kenobi!
Immediately kicked out.
I can't wait.
And finally, after Obi-Wan moves out of his crap cave, I loved how he looked back at it to like, the memories. And it's like, it's a cave, dude.
Yeah.
Like, move on. And we end, of course, with Obi-Wan riding off his camel. And he finally bumps into, who else? Qui-Gon Jinn.
Took you long enough.
It comes in at the very end. I was thinking, like, are we gonna get Qui-Gon in this thing? Oh yeah, we are. Like the very last minute.
Yep. For a second again, just a few seconds.
Yeah. Are we getting a season 2?
Yep.
I mean, I would like confirmed. A season 2. It's like the old saying, I want more, but I know I shouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Because I feel like this season 1, like they clearly wrote it as like, hey, if for whatever reason we don't get a season 2, this is still a great way to end it. So I guess season 2 will probably be Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon doing like Jedi stuff.
I think I would hope it's for the training, so that way he can become the Force Ghost. Remember, like I've said, I've seen an arc of that that Yoda starred in the Clone Wars.
Yoda did the Ghost Trials.
Exactly. So maybe he'll do something similar, but he's also getting tracked at the same time. Oh, and maybe inadvertently from doing that, like Anakin's chasing him, but he does it himself at the same time. Like they both pass the trial or something, because that explains how he'll become a ghost at the end too.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that might be a fun idea.
Yeah, I don't know. That's me rambling right now at an idea. Other than that, I don't really know what else much to say. This was a fun series. It had some weird issues. Darth Vader stuff is great, but some of the other writing choices could have been he, like Obi-Wan getting around that barricade in episode 3 with the laser thing. He could have walked around it. Everyone
could have tiptoed around it, just literally. Like put one leg up and one leg around. Yeah.
Oh my God, I was editing our episode where we talked about those first 3 episodes, and you used to go, this show is really violent. And I started cracking up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So yeah, I'm reminiscing now, because he's a kid. There's a person getting their neck snapped on Disney Plus.
Do.
That's exactly what you did last time too.
Yeah.
Okay. I think honestly we only have time to talk about one more thing. I think we should combine Miss Marvel when we get to Thor, when we ever get to talk about Thor. Yes. So, The Boys season 3.
Yeah. How was it, Jared?
Freaking good.
Yeah, I kind of spoiled myself in how it sort of ends, like the last episode, like synopsis. So I mean, you can talk about as much as you want about it. I don't mind.
Yeah. So I think I had heard rumors that where the show had left off in season 2 was where it kind of would be in season 3. Yeah, they are officially all set up as a squad now. They're all leader. They have like their own base of operations in the Flatiron Building of all places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right in New York. And let's see, Huey's working for that senator still, that Victoria Newman. Yes, she's still the head popper. How fast do they find it out? Pretty quickly. The first 3 episodes, by the way, were released on the same day. I think I've mentioned how I like the way that sometimes it's done with releasing stuff. You release a few episodes and then a bunch of it, or you just release... You gotta do it in segments. I don't know. It's either weekly or a few and then one at a time. You get what I mean, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what What's Their Name did. Let's see. What else do I think happened? I liked what they did with Soldier Boy also, making him a total prick. Of course, he had to be a total prick.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Homelander just is way more and more nuts. You know, I can't give a real full thing with this show right now. What I can give you is some fun notes and such that I had heard. Like, I had heard that people did not realize that Homelander really was supposed to be the bad guy up until this season. Like, there are people who didn't get it.
Jesus.
Right?
That is like, I don't understand. Blank did nothing wrong. And it's like, are those same people the people who look at like Kira from Death Note? It's like, he's not doing anything wrong. And it's like, dude, you look at what you're typing. Like, that's like Kira from Death Note, Griffith from Berserk.
Griffith did nothing wrong.
Joker from...
Joker?
Yeah, Arthur from Joker.
Oh my god.
Like, you miss the point by... If you're idolizing them, congratulations, you missed the point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I saw some sort of interview where, like, Jensen Ackles was asked to do something by the showrunner, and he said no.
I heard this.
Yeah.
What was it? I can't remember what it was.
They would not go into specifics, but it was not...
Okay, they wouldn't say, all right, yeah.
Let's just say he wouldn't do it as a family man and a father.
Okay, got it.
I think it was something gay.
Probably. There's something in the comics that... I guess I'll say it from the comics is like, for Soldier Boy, he thought the way part of the initiation process to join the Seven was to have sex with Homelander. That was like, his character, like Soldier Boy, thought that was like the initial process, and Homelander's like, no, dude, what are you talking about?
That's not what happened.
The comics were weird. The comics were very different.
I think they were gonna have him sexually assault his young ward.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Because there were jokes and rumors about that already. Oh yeah, also Temp V is a thing. Temporary Compound V. It's a big thing.
Yeah, Butcher gets powers. Does Huey get powers?
Huey gets powers.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Does he just get like generic like Superman powers, or does he have something interesting?
Actually, he has something quite interesting.
Cool. Good.
That you'll think is kind of ironic.
Yes.
A-Train's trying to fight racism, and no one believes he actually wants to fight racism.
Yeah, because it's all through like glitzy
marketing,
like highly produced commercials. Yeah, no.
Like I've said before, that frickin' one of the Jenner Pepsi ads. They did that whole
Pepsi ads.
It was a beautiful recreation of that. Where was it? There was something else though about. Excuse me, people like Homelander, bad guy. I'm trying to find... Whoa. Far right... there we go. Far right fans of The Boys are stunned after finally realizing that Homelander is evil.
That sounds like an article from The Onion. Like, what? That's not real.
It's real.
Oh, boy.
Let's see. Homelander is a rapist and a murderer, and there's hardly an episode of The Boys where someone doesn't lament that the most powerful being on the planet is so morally grotesque. The second series ramps up that the Homelander is evil message as he starts dating an actual Nazi and stays with her once her secret is revealed. Oh boy, and there's pictures of the subreddit being in chaos because right-wing users are whining about no politics, but it's impossible to talk about it because Homelander's a fucking right-wing nut. Stupid.
Yeah.
Who just wants attention. And that's really what it all comes down to also still. Like, Homelander's clearly just need that is way too strong for attention.
His image is the most important thing to him above all else. Why do you think he lets all those people at the plane die when he realizes he can't save all of them?
Mm-hmm.
It's because he doesn't want any of them to live to tell them that he fucked up.
Actually, that comes up at one point too, and he says, fuck it. Because if you release it, I'll kill everyone.
Okay, I gotta get caught up on The Boys, man. I gotta get caught up.
Oh, yeah, it gets worse. It gets even worse.
Oh boy!
Oh, I can't wait for you. Oh, I can't wait for you to ask me about episode 6. You're like, Jared, what's Herogasm?
Oh boy!
And to those who know what the Herogasm is, ooh boy,
Looking forward to that.
Yes. So, I think that's what I'm gonna say right now about The Boys until you see it. Because we gotta wrap things up here. So, Jordan, what are you gaming?
What am I gaming? Well, I decided to take with me to Toronto just to pass the time and for the plane ride. I finally bought Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Hell yes.
For my Switch, and I've mainly just been wanting to just mess with all the crazy characters and training mode, try to figure out what they do. I haven't gone online yet. I was over in Toronto and my grandma's internet isn't the best. So I'll save it for when I have time here. What characters am I a big fan of? I'm good with Pac-Man. Bayonetta is fun. Cloud is obviously fun. I like Bowser Jr. a lot. I only downloaded 2 DLC characters. I downloaded Sephiroth and Sora. Sora's the final character to be introduced into Smash Brothers. He's probably like the last one. His side smash, which is like the lock-on aerial Sonic Blade, is disgusting. It is crazy how much you can lock onto it. It's basically just like another up smash with like recovery. I like how when you're facing someone one-on-one, when you actually deplete someone's life or destroy all of their stock, instead of like the normal Smash Brothers game screen, you get like the fade to white that's in that's seen in Kingdom Hearts 3. The attention to detail for Sora is kind of insane because what costumes do you get? You get Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Dream Drop Distance, 3. You get his Steamboat Willie old look. You get his Valor form.
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
There
Hi.
It is.
Yeah,
I just hope that I was going on.
Valor form, Wisdom form, and Final form from 3. Just the amount of costumes Sora has is ridiculous. Like, it's not just recolors; it's full on.
Yeah, it's full on. Like
it's
images.
Wild.
Nice. Also, sorry about that, guys. I let Voice Mod do an update, and I should not have let it do that yet.
Okay, that's fine. Sephiroth, crazy good as well. Jared, have you played Sora or Sephiroth?
Yes. Sora.
Okay, so Sephiroth's Sephiroth's neutral smash, which is like the big fireball. It does so much damage.
Too much.
It has so much range. To the point where I've just been using Sephiroth for the spirit challenges to just get more like spirit characters, which has been kind of fun. Only knock really I have against the game is the fact that there really isn't a proper story mode. I mean, there is a story mode, but it's just like on this board thing.
Yeah, that thing
where you collect spirits, and I like that each of the spirits that you encounter, they take like the sort of the form of existing characters and have specific conditions that are like in line with the spirit that's controlling them. I think that's a really cute touch. And they all have like different conditions that relate to the spirit, which is a fun little detail, but I wish there were like more kind of cutscenes like what they did with Subspace Emissary.
I would love to see more cutscenes.
Other than that, yeah, I hope that if they're not going to make more DLC for Ultimate. There's no way that they can do it.
No, they're done. They're done.
No, absolutely not. Like, if Smash Brothers is gonna come back, it has to be something completely different.
We gotta wait till the next console, probably.
Yeah, and they gotta wait till the next console, and they got to announce that maybe you'll see a new Smash Brothers game, and then Masahiro Sakurai's at his home going like, "You motherfuckers, not again! God damn it!"
Yeah, exactly.
To get up out of my chair, and I have to come back down there and kick someone's ass.
This game is bad for Sakurai's health. Stop it.
I know. He puts, I mean, like Sakurai, like that dude's a legend. Like he puts so much, like, I don't know if he was in charge of like the negotiations for all the characters, but I like to think that he was, because he must be so tired. He's so tired.
Oh, let
him rest.
Probably
He's done
as tired
enough.
as me.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired.
So that's what I've been gaming.
Nice. I tried to shoot Nazi zombies with my girlfriend because she wanted me to. Okay. What Call of Duty game did you play? Because I've done some back in the day. What?
Was it Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2?
Did we play? I don't know what COD we played, but I tried it. I'm okay at it. I could see myself playing it some more for fun with her. I wouldn't mind doing it, but I also want to just try other. I tried Crash Bandicoot, the original, for the first time ever.
Oh wow, was it like the remake or like the original? The remake. Oh, the remake. Okay, how was it?
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of how Crash stops on a dime and has no momentum. Because he doesn't move like Spyro. I was okay when he did that because it made sense and I would move around more in circles with him. Crash's like surroundings, like, and the space that he moves in is more limited also because almost half of the screen is being just the sides where you don't interact with it all. You just see the art and this of the sides, and how it interacts with the rest of the world. And so it's like, okay. I had a little bit of trouble with some of the boxes. I want to be a completionist, and it stops me. And I'm like, okay, if I'm going to try this, I got to do this. Just play it through first, and then completion it.
Yeah, you can go back.
I know I can go back, and I will try it, because then I will master it, and then we'll be able to do it every single time.
Yes.
Somehow. I hope. I don't know. Just like how I did with the Spyro games. I mastered those 3 games, or at least 2 of the 3 games. But that's all I had to say about gaming. What are we watching?
Well, what am I watching? I finally watched friggin' Mugen Train.
Yeet! How'd you like it?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. That movie is gorgeous. Even my grandma actually poked her head in just to check on me if I wanted snacks or whatever, and she saw the first scene with the Grand Master of the Hashira or whatever, blind dude.
Yeah.
Walking through the graveyard, and she looked at it was showing the tombstones and things like that. She was like, "Oh my god, that was drawn? It doesn't even look like it's drawn. It looks so real." Detail, the art style of this movie is absolutely gorgeous. For the most part. Oh, sorry.
I'd say the attacks are being the most beautiful because they look like a painting.
Oh, all of the budget went into the attacks.
The Hinokami Kagura.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's his big move.
Yeah, not a lot of the budget I feel went into the flesh train. It does. I'm sorry, it doesn't look good.
No, I agree.
The CG's not good on that.
Oh no, it's horrible.
No. Yeah. We get. Oh god, let me try and remember all the characters.
We played Cold War Zombies.
Cold War. Okay, so that's one of the newer games.
Okay.
One of the newer Call of Duty games. Yeah. Okay.
We're playing on our PS5.
Yeah. I won't go over the plot since Jared, I'm sure you've covered it, but it's all dream stuff, and I'm trying to remember everyone's names. Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Nezuko, Boarhead Man.
I forget his name right now too. Inosuke.
Inosuke. Rengoku, we got lots of time with him. He's great.
Great introduction to him. More calm than you give him credit for.
Yeah, he's not necessarily the super happy guy you initially think he is, but he feels like the All Might of the show, almost. Kind
of, I'd say, yeah, almost an All Might, with how happy he is in the eyes too. Well,
yeah,
except where All Might's eyes are more closed all the time, his are just wide open all the time. Very brightly wide.
Dude doesn't sleep. Even when he does sleep, he doesn't sleep.
Yeah, not really. Because he's in his sleep, he holds the, what's her name? The little demon girl.
The demon girl is doing the dream sleep. Chokes her.
Yeah,
while
exactly.
still unconscious. That's impressive. So this, I love how this movie is essentially, oh fuck, look at how strong the villains are. We're all in trouble.
Yeah.
The whole movie. Even though I did his name, the dream monster.
The train itself? I don't know.
Who's the first demon that we're introduced to with the mouth for hands? The Deidara dude.
I don't know his name either, to be honest.
Oh god, hold on. Demon Slayer.
He is the train.
Yes, he basically merges with the train essentially.
Somehow. I don't get that myself, but he does.
Yeah, somehow does that. Enmu. Enmu is his name. Enmu. And we are introduced to...
the whole train crashes also.
Yeah, whole train ends up crashing. All the passengers saved. Looks like the movie's about to end, and then we are introduced to Akaza.
Yeah.
Who is a badass. But ends up having to run away because of the sun rising.
Yeah.
And then Tanjiro proceeds to call him a big baby bitch pussy coward.
Because he's running away from the sun.
Exactly. He's running away from the sun, and Tanjiro thinks like he's like running away from the fight.
Yeah, basically.
So I'm looking forward to watching season 2, and I'm looking forward to Tanjiro versus Akaza.
In that show? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first half of the season, by the way, is like the first 7 episodes or so are just the movie again. Definitely watch the first episode, because the first episode gives a whole new context to Rengoku, like a preset, like everything before Rengoku went on the train himself.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah. So we get really expanded content. That's great. So that was Mugen Train for me. Fantastic. I have to start season 2 now, I guess.
Hell yeah. It's worth it. Very much worth it. Well, while you're doing that, I was also rewatching some Umbrella Academy. I've been doing that over the past few weeks because I wanted to watch season 3. But then when I was watching the recap for like the previous season, I was like, I don't remember half of this.
Yeah.
What happened again? And then I was like, oh, well, might as well start the whole thing from the beginning. Yeah. And as of last night, I'm on season 2, episode either 3 or 4. I don't remember which.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm enjoying it again so far. I'm noticing a lot more things. There's even more stuff with like how much of Umbrella Academy have you seen?
I've seen the first season.
Okay. So you know how Luther's on the moon?
Yes.
A lot. It's weird because a lot of the time it's like, oh yeah, they were right. Oh wait. Oh yeah, they were wrong. Oh wait, they were right. And a little bit. Like, yeah, he was sent to the moon for a reason. I mean, the reason was because he didn't know what to do with him, but the moon still had to do with the ending. Luther was still right with how the moon had to do with the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? What else can I say? I definitely noticed some more things that came out more obvious. I had forgotten that Hargreaves actually did kill himself. He was like, I don't know why I had forgotten that of all things. I now understood the day that wasn't again a little bit more, and why certain things still worked. Like how something still happened. I love how they also then like fast forwarded through some of the stuff that had already happened, and they were just repeating, like Luther finding out that his time on the moon was a waste. That happens twice. The first time though, it's with Allison, and then he hangs out with Allison. Second time, he's all alone, and then ends up getting drunk, losing his virginity at a strip club, or not strip club, and a club, a rave. That's what it was, a rave, and revealing himself.
A rave, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the end, I enjoy the show. It's almost difficult to like try and compliment Elliot Page at points because at the time during the first 2 seasons, Elliot Page was female, and we're just like we want to say his performance, but he's a her at the time. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Is this like the first like major instance of looking back at a person before they changed?
I think so, honestly.
Because that's really interesting. How people are kind of figuring that out, like looking back for like an Umbrella Academy retrospective whenever that happened.
Yeah, exactly. So I haven't seen season 3 yet, so I don't know how well they implement the transition into the series. I hear it's decent. So. But also, I haven't heard much about much people talking about Umbrella Academy season 3. So, I mean, that's. I mean, as I was mentioning earlier about the streaming networks and how they've released stuff needs to change now. We made sure we knew when we were complimenting the character and when we were complimenting Elliot's performance. So, it's basically a distinction of that. That's what you gotta do. When you want to say how much you love the character, or what Vanya does in the show, or like how you understand Vanya, or like in a sentence, or not, or one perspective or not, and then you gotta comment then just Elliot Page's acting. You say his acting. Oh, he was so great in this, and I'm saying he and she at this moment. So yeah, I don't know if I might be rambling a little bit, but hey, it's a good show still. Keep watching, I guess. I gotta get to season 3. So tell me about the spies.
All right, so I decided to watch while I was also there. It's like, let's see what's on sort of like the TV, like streaming. Because she has like actually a streaming setup there. And I just like, one of the first things that came up was the new anime Spy Family.
Oh.
Which is basically the simple plot is that you have a spy that gets a new target, who is a political figure that also happens to be an important member of this really prestigious boarding school. And the agency's idea for him to infiltrate it is to pose as the father of a family It's basically like start a family, basically. Marry a wife and have a kid, and then infiltrate the school. Now, obviously, this is a time-sensitive mission, so he's like, okay, I gotta marry someone like immediately and adopt. And the woman that he happens to marry is a very violent assassin undercover. Okay. And the daughter that he adopts is an Esper, a psychic.
Oh.
So she can read people's minds. Huh. And which the really funny part is that she's reading both of their minds. So she knows like what their deals are, but she doesn't say anything. But she's like, this is incredible. This is
so much fun.
Really like my favorite. This is my favorite spy show in real life. This is the coolest thing ever. And to the point where one of the coolest set pieces so far is that she wants the dad to actually recreate a scene from her spy show. By posing as like the spy hero character, and the agency, in order to keep the cover going and to make sure that like she stays happy and whatnot and the family stays happy, the whole agency comes in to recreate this scene. And they use like live bullets on him because they're like, let's test this motherfucker. He's the best agent on the team. All right, let's test him.
Damn.
So that seems really cool. They have this ridiculous. They go to the school for Anya to get in, the daughter Anya to get in for the entrance exam, and as like all the parents and kids are walking in, like all the instructors are literally failing some of the families depending on like how they walk. Like it's that kind of school.
Oh, that's stupid.
It's like this super prestigious boarding academy where Anya barely passed the written exam, and now it's like the big exam, which is like the big evaluation and interview and all that. And the school is being run by who I can only describe as a Mr. Harriman looking motherfucker. He looks like the bunny from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends if he was a human.
Like who?
Basically.
Who from Foster's?
You watch
Harriman?
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss Francis, the rabbit.
Oh, Mr. Harriman.
Yeah, the manager that looks like a human version of that son of a bitch.
Oh.
And he's like going nuts over the main family because every test like gets like thrown at them. It's like they bring like spare clothes, they bring like spare suits and all that stuff. Like they even like plant like one of the kids to be like sort of trapped sort of like in a well, and it's like, okay, let's say how you get out of this without getting your clothes dirty, and they managed to do it. Nice. In a really funny way.
Nice.
Spy X Family is pretty charming. I think I might watch the rest of it, honestly. I'm not big into anime yet. This one's cute. I enjoy it.
Nice.
Action's good. Some of the comedy scenes are pretty good. Yeah. I don't really have anything bad to say. It's nothing extraordinary, but it's... Oh, I was just saying how I can see why this is popular right now.
Definitely, I see. Yeah. I understand too. Well, while you're seeing that be popular, I was watching stuff about cults.
Oh boy.
And I also watching a lot of true crime now involving cults, and I watched Wild Wild Country with my girlfriend. It was about this guy, the Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, who was a guru. He was a guru in India, and he rejected institutional religions, emphasized the importance of free thought, meditation, mindfulness, love, celebration, courage, creativity, and humor, qualities that he viewed as being suppressed by the adherents and static belief systems, religious dogmas, basically. And advocating a more open attitude towards human sexuality, he caused controversy during the late 60s and became known as the sex guru. Yeah, because people would start having sex more freely and openly, basically, and not be in like couple, and not be in like committed relations. public exposure. Yeah, some of that. There was like illegal marriage setting. There's this woman named Sheila who was basically in control as her. She was the secretary to him, and led a lot of the stuff, and basically was in charge of a lot of what happened around him. at the time, and then eventually he was going to get kicked out of India, I think, because of other religious people there. And also the compound that he was on was getting too big for all the Europeans and Americans that were coming over and wanting to join them.
Okay. So the reach was global. Okay, wow.
Yes. And with that,
I don't think Charles Manson had that.
I don't know.
Did Charles Manson had people coming in like from all over the country? I don't think so. Like all over the world.
Yeah, but then after this, they couldn't fit in the commune anymore. So they bought up this huge plot of land in a random town in Oregon.
Boy.
And moved a shitload of people in. And they basically took over the town. This town was like a retirement town, like less than 100 people in it, all old people, like 50 and up. They were not happy.
You know.
At the time. And jeez, God, were a lot of them old and racist. Like, all these people wanted to do was, like, a lot of the beliefs and systems, some of it that they were pushing are stuff that even, like, we see now could as possibly being normal, like even being, like, sexually active or freeing, not being repressed by other religions. And they took over town. They basically took over town. They were being, like, remarks on that people were, but they had to show their strength, apparently, too. And with that, they started poisoning some people that were nearby. Like salmonella poisoning. They would start getting rich benefactors who came in, and they started giving the Bhagwan some drugs, and he became a drug addict. He was like silent for 3 years. Like Sheila was running the whole compound for a few years. Then she gets kicked off because they see she's probably doing some illegal shit. She's on the run from the law. Her and and this group of like 20 people that were her inner circle all run. Bhagwan like goes to me like, she betrayed me, I hate her, she's a horrible person. Sorry for the accent. That I just tried. I didn't mean to put that on at all.
You ain't trying to do a pool.
I was not. I was really not trying to. I was just trying to like say it straight, and it came out that way.
Whoops.
Yeah. Is like she betrayed me. I can't do this. She must be found and she'll burn. And it's like all this stuff that's like the opposite of what he was teaching, almost like.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah. But also I kind of got enticed because the way it was introduced to me was like I thought this was going to end up like Jonestown, and it didn't. Which I could say I said to you before I was disappointed by that because I thought that's what we were leading up to, all the hype. And that's the way, and they were just trying to use it as a relation, but no, it didn't happen.
No. You had to put your wrestling sign away that said what you wanted on it. It's just like, oh man.
Yeah, exactly.
You had your t-shirt ready.
Kill. Like it's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
God, can you believe that movie's 20 years old now?
It's the original Spider-Man movie. Fuck. 20 years old. God.
Oh. You're welcome. But yeah, this is a 6-part series, limited series, like hour-long episodes only on Netflix. Wild Country is the name of the show. It's worth it. I enjoyed it a lot. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of nuts things, the amount of time that's gone by, 2 hours. Holy fuck.
Yep.
I'm tired. I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah, we're done here.
We're done. Guys, we love you all. Thank you so much for joining and listening in. Take it away, sir.
Yep. Yes, thank you so much for joining us here this week as Bumblebee gets knocked over again. Whether it was watching us live here on twitch.tv/JNJ_SecuriCast or listening to the audio recording of this podcast on our various platforms, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, Audible, TuneIn Radio, Alexa, Listen Notes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora. And you can listen to and download all of our shows, episodes, podcasts on Podbean, JNJSecuriCast.podbean.com. Don't forget to share the show. Let us know when you're listening on social media. Tell a friend or trick a friend into listening to our show by telling them it's something else, only to find out that we're cooler.
Find us on our Facebook page, which is our main source of information for us at facebook.com/JJSecuriCastPod. Follow our Twitter and Instagram at JJSecuriCastPod. Don't forget to follow us on our social media, which you can do by checking on the top left corner of the screen. But if you're listening to this right now, you can follow him on Instagram and Twitter at JRyan9000.
I guess it's over. It is 8,999 plus 2.
Good.
It is over 9,000.
Yes, and you could follow me on Twitter at jgalls1918, Instagram at jgalls15, and Twitch at twitch.tv/jgalls15.
That joke I did just died in its crib. If you're listening to us on Podbean or Spotify or any other audio medium, check us out when we're live on Twitch at twitch.tv/J+J SecuriCast. So you don't have to wait for the latest and greatest content. You can just watch it as it's happening, being recorded. We go live on Thursday nights. We usually start around 7:45, maybe 8 at the latest, and we stay on. Try to keep it to 9. Didn't work this time. But you can join us and interact in the conversation here on Twitch.
Yes.
And please feel free to email us with suggestions about topics that we can talk about, or just kind words in general at jjsecuricastpod@gmail.com. Big thank you to Adobe Stock Music for our intro theme and Purple Planet Music for our outro theme. And with that, I think we have locked up the SecuriCast for this evening.
Hell yes.
We're recording this podcast on an evening with no rain.
Yay!
No thunderstorms.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is the
thank
first
God.
time I feel like the first time in a while that we've had recorded on a night with good weather.
Yeah, honestly, that's right. I think you're right on that one. Oh well, and hopefully we get to record next week as well. With the same
I'm
conditions.
excited for that. I'm excited to get back into the rhythm finally.
I feel like we were supposed to have some horrible weather recently that didn't happen. Also,
yeah, there was like tornado warnings and thunderstorms, and it's like we got nothing.
Nothing for us here in Jersey,
which is good.
Yeah, honestly, good, because we already get hurricanes, and that's enough. And the winter, we already get the winter, and that's enough.
Yeah, that's happening again soon. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, well, from the midst of summer. Yeah. So, with that all being said, thank you guys so much for listening in and joining us, having a great time. Oh my God, it's been a long one today. Jordan, you had a great time at TFCon, I see.
I had a fantastic time at TFCon.
Hell yeah, man. Yes. Oh God, gotta go to cons again.
Yep.
Well, alright. I don't have much else to say. I'm not dragging this on too long. I'm tired as hell. I had a very long day. I gotta get to bed before work in the morning. I gotta be at work in 10 hours. Great. Great. Love you all. Have yourselves a very good evening. Bye-bye.